Good afternoon. My name is Joel Beachy. I'm pastor at East Union Mennonite Church in Kelowna, Iowa. And in our community, we have a local coffee house, and I like to visit there on occasion. And one time I was there with a friend. We were working on policy for Hillcrest Academy. That's the Mennonite high school in our community. And I was eating a scone, and as people know, scones are really hard, right? And so when I bit into it, my tooth fell off. No, the scones are not hard, right? But I lost half of my tooth. And so I found myself needing to go to the dentist, right? And now I know what you're thinking, like I'm leading in with talking about a dentist, and we're also talking about orienting with the word, reading scripture, right? So equating a dentist experience with reading scripture sounds kind of cliche, like nobody likes going to the dentist. But actually, I enjoy going to the dentist. I like the deep clean. I'm not that uncomfortable with them poking around. I mean, within reason, everybody has their limit for where on the gums, where that pain threshold is. Maybe I'm a little bit of a masochist. I don't know. But when I go to the dentist, my problem is I get performance anxiety. Have I brushed well enough? Have I flossed? What are they going to find in there, right? And so before I go to the dentist, I'm flossing like crazy. Haven't done it for 6 months. Flossing like crazy, gargling, mouthwash, and brushing at least 2 to 3 times, right, to get ready. And then they always have something to say, right? Well, I get performance anxiety when I think about scripture reading and leading scripture as a pastor as well. I'm always afraid that we're going to get into it and somebody's going to ask that really hard question, and they're all going to turn and look over at me and say, "What's the answer?" And I'll freeze and I won't know what to say. And so I have always had some trepidation thinking about leading Bible study at East Union. So why is it that we feel this way? I mean, after all, maybe it's because I'm ill prepared, right? I don't know. Went to a Mennonite high school, went to a Mennonite college, graduated from AMBS. I mean, I do preach every Sunday. I mean, I do read scripture. I read commentaries and such. But why is it that I get so nervous about thinking about leading Bible study? I get it. Scripture reading is like healthy gums, is vital to a healthy way of life. But when I imagine gathering with others to read the Bible, it fills me with dread. Not prepared enough. There are going to be questions that I'm not ready for. And let's face it, reading scripture together is fraught. I think especially now. I think it always has been, but it is now. It's like going to the family Christmas and you're trying to avoid all those conversations, or you're rehashing all the conflicts that you ever had, and everyone knows it's that person's fault, never my fault, but somebody else in the group. And you know that there's going to be those same old arguments that go around and around. So the first time when we gathered to do confessional Bible study together as a group of 6, there were 6 of us in our church, I was pretty skeptical that anything of value could come up out of our conversations. I could already imagine and anticipate the arguments that we were going to have. The scary thing about reading scripture together is that complete political, social, economic alignment, that doesn't ensure good and healthy conversations around scripture. Like, we can all be of one mind and we can still argue. But what orienting with the word has been for me is disorienting. It has confused and muddled all my heavily preconceived notions of what Bible study is and how to do it well. When we gather together now, our group does not worry about the qualified teacher telling us how to interpret the passage. We come to the text openly, honestly. We read aloud, choosing to read parts as if it was some kind of reader's theater. And we check in, we pause, we wonder aloud. We give each other time and space and to wrestle with the words, to wonder about repetition, to question the context. And then we race to the commentaries. We race to the Bible resources, and we want to research. We want to figure out our questions and learn more and study. And there's purpose behind the words. And we share openly and honestly about what we discover, not to convince, not to prove, but to let others know what is being revealed in us. So, one of the sticking points, right? Art. It's one of the movements of the confessional Bible study, and art is rarely a strength for people, believe it or not. And so when we move into responding to what has been read with a creative expression, we honestly do not know what will be produced. In fact, when one member of our group complained that they had no idea what they had just created themselves, they held it up and they're like, I have no idea what this is. It's amazing when somebody else says, oh, wow, I see it. I get it. I know it. It's like one person's trash is another person's work of art. Worship, too, becomes an act of responsiveness. Lyrics come unbidden. We're brought to sing with our voices as they are, good or bad, high and low. And we read Scripture together, and it comes alive. Now, if you ask me in front of my members, I might lie and say, yeah, I was all right. I might deny it. But reading the Bible with this group of people, using Orienting with the Word to guide our time, it's just the best thing ever. And it doesn't even hurt your gums.